Somebody says, hey, any bad blood with Amy Schumer? That's a good question. We've had Amy on the show a few times, and
you know what's so funny about this, right? I mean, I never was particularly mad. Right?
Let's fill everybody in real quick before we do this, because I've spoken to Amy about it, and now we'll hear from you. But we at the roast of Charlie Sheen, Amy made a joke that was a Ryan Dunn joke, who's obviously your good friend from Jackass who had passed away. Your face that they used when they cut to you looked like you were highly offended, and a lot of people made it a huge feud where Amy tried to defend it, and the comics kind of came out on one side or the other, and some people are like they're a bunch of pussies, and some people are like it was too far. What do you think?
I never didn't think about it afterwards, right? But then, a day or two after the roast aired, Jeffrey Ross reached out to me and he says, "Hey, Amy Schumer is worried about your feelings," right? And I thought, and I just texted him back. I said, "Hey, tell her I'm not crying about it." And he said, and then he said, "Okay, no, really, we need your help. She's getting death threats online, you know." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then he's like, dude, you know, she's asking you to go on your Facebook and your Twitter and, you know, just call your fans off, you know, tell them to leave her alone and, like, it's all good. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll tell you what, Jeff. So I started sending Jeffrey Ross these practice. I said, I'll send you some practice tweets till I get it right. I never wrote more funny stuff in one night of my life. Like I wrote like hashtag that awkward moment when somebody tells 6.4 million people they want you dead and then asks you to whatever it was, you know. I was like, hey everybody, it was a roast, you know, where people say mean to each other, mean things, you know, to each other on purpose, like. You know, that silly little whore was just doing her job.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's kind of what I'm glad to hear that.
When I got to rehab, the first thing I learned was the importance of forgiveness, and I forgive Comedy Central for letting that no-name slut on the show in the first place.
I like that one.
You know, like
she's. That's a good one.
You know, it is what it is. But ultimately, what I wrote, like, I went and I tweeted to everybody. I said, "Hey, Amy Schumer feels horrible about the jokes, and you know, and I can relate to feeling bad about saying something, you know." And so that was what I did. But then it turns out like that she's secretly going through Jeffrey Ross to get me to like call all my fans off.
Oh,
but then she's doing interviews saying, "Oh yeah, if I did it all over again, I'd do it again," or whatever. You know,
so she's trying to sound badass
like,
and
duplicity. You know,
yeah, I hate that. Man. It's
so whatever. I have zero respect for that slut, but I'm not mad at her for telling a joke.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Tell all the jokes you want. You know, it's a roast. I really don't care. But don't be a two-faced slut.
Don't play both sides at the end. Exactly. I like that. Are you worried now that her boyfriend, Anthony Jeselnik's going to come after you?
That was another thing, right? That was another thing. Like, before the roast, they were like, you know, they're dating. And they asked me through someone else, through Big J. Okerson, like, hey, can you not make any jokes to say that we're together, you know? And I had the best joke, like, yeah, I don't know if it's the best joke, but I was
make sure it's clean.
Yeah, I like, they said, can you not say that we're together? You know, we'd really appreciate that. And so I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll strike the one where I said, hey, like, Anthony Jeselnik. I hear Anthony Jeselnik and you know, Amy Schumer are dating. You know, like, but they don't want anybody to know because they're embarrassed of each other. You know, but I say go for it, guys. You know, your celebrity nickname could be "Who the hell are they?"
That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Somebody said, I love how this. Oh, somebody wants to know. This is a good question. Somebody said, is it true that Steve-O's dating George Clooney's ex? No, not going there.
Yeah, not going there.
I'm just glad they got better information than I did, even. And I'm glad that I got a no-go. I love when I get questions that are a no-go.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.